Okay, my name is Carla, and I'll be going over differential association theory and the test for it. So, basically, what it is, it's social influences and values and culture all learned through others that can and may define criminal behavior. It was first introduced by Edwin Sutherland in his textbook Principles of Criminology in 1939, and it's considered one of the most important theories in American criminology. What he did, he also made 9 propositions, basically defining what the theory is. Number 1 being criminal behavior is learned. Number 2 is this theory is important in American criminology because it's all learned through communication, and crime is learned through participation with others in verbal and nonverbal communications. The third proposition is criminal behavior is most effectively learned in close groups such as families and friends, and it has the most influence on a person than mass media. And if you guys want to see an example of this, go to page 130 and look at that image, and you should be more familiar with it. Number 4 is criminal behavior is learned through actions. It not only involves mastering how to commit crimes, but also the adaptation of deviant attitudes that justify the crime. And number 5 is the specific direction of motives in crimes is learned from definition of the legal code as favorable or unfavorable. Gaining knowledge of the criminal behavior also involves learning what legal codes are to be obeyed and which are worthy of violation. Number 6 is the amount of legal codes. It's the key principle of differential association in criminal behavior. Young delinquents do not necessarily have to associate with bad influences, but rather criminal behavior depends on the amount of definitions that are learned that are favorable to violating the law, and then those are definitions that are unfavorable to violating the law. People are more prone to breaking the law if they develop more law-breaking attitudes than law-abiding attitudes. Number 7 is learning criminal behavior may vary depending on frequency, duration, priority, and intensity. Number 8, criminal behavior is learned similarly to conventional learning, where it is the norm standards. Like any other learning, it does not involve through observation and imitation. Number 9, while criminal behavior is an expression of general needs and values, it is not explained by these general needs and values, since non-criminal behavior is an expression of the same needs and values. Simply put, what that means is motives are not sufficient to explain crime. And some tests done to kind of prove some of these propositions was James Short tested Sutherland's propositions with 126 boys and 50 girls. He reported that delinquent behavior is consistent with frequency, duration, priority, and intensity. Another person who tested out one of these propositions was Travis Hershke. Showed that with delinquent boys, boys with delinquent friends are more prone to becoming delinquents themselves. And research on 7th and 8th grade boys showed that delinquent behavior is corresponding with drug use and peer delinquency. One more person was Mark War. He revealed that while duration and delinquency over a long period of time is more effective, recent friendships have the greatest effect on delinquency. And finally, there was one more test with 2,000 residents from New Jersey, Oregon, and Iowa who were asked how many people they knew who engaged in deviant acts, and they were also asked how often they attended church. The differential association scale correlated significantly with the crimes such as illegal gambling, income tax cheating, and theft. This test shows that regardless of age, criminal behavior can always be learned. Now I'm going to turn it over to Anthony to continue this topic.